So just wanted to talk a little bit today about wild edible mushrooms. These are some that I found in the grass growing outside here beside some wood. Could be that they are saprophytic. And the first time I found them was about 3 weeks ago. I put them in a soup and I ate them. You can see they have pinkish orangish gills. They've kind of changed in color since I've picked them this afternoon. They have long white stems, 15 to 20 centimeters in length. They have these white caps with the brown dot in the middle and the little bump on the cap. And so I thought that they were Agaricus campestre that was just old. The first time I found them, they weren't so fresh. And it doesn't have, these mushrooms don't have the veil ring where the veil breaks off. And so now I can see clearly they're not Agaricus campestre. So I thought I was certain, I was somewhat certain, and now they're not what I thought they were. So we make mistakes. Sometimes we misidentify things. Sometimes things change based on the details we see later on. And so just wanted to talk about a few things. So first off, people can get mad saying that you're not taking care of yourself. It's dangerous to eat mushrooms that you're not 100% certain about. But how certain can we be? And when you're getting upset, I'm going to let you get upset. That's perfectly fine with me. But what you're showing me is your own self-abusiveness, that you are trying to control the external surroundings because it's a reflection of the fact that you want to control yourself and you're uncontrollable. And so you'll never be able to control anyone through words. It's actually usually does the reverse of what you want. It makes them go even more the opposite direction in which you're trying to control them. So we need to accept, I will accept that people are going to be mad, and if these people want to accept me for who I am and what I do, awesome. If not, I accept you equally. And so I have friends here in Peru who eat wild mushrooms that they can't tell me what the Latin name is, and they just look at them. They've been doing this since they were kids. They might pick up to 20 different varieties of wild mushrooms from the grass and from the cow manure, and they'll fry them all up together and eat them. And you ask them what they are, they have no idea what they're called, but to them it's like they've looked at them, they smelled them, they felt that they were good, and so everything's good to go. And I ask them if there's some that are bad, and they say, of course, there's some that you look at and you smell them and you can just tell it's not one that you want to eat. It's not edible. And I have other native friends in Canada who say the same thing about wild edible plants and wild edible mushrooms, that they can just look at them and or touch them and they realize whether or not they can eat this wild edible. And so we need to become aware that not everything is the same for everyone, that we have something called a microbiome and our body becomes calibrated to what we eat. So for example, it's been 5 years since I drank alcohol. It's been a long time, more than that, since I drank soft drinks. It's been a long time since I've eaten packaged foods that have flavoring agents and coloring agents and preservatives. And so if you were to give me a Coca-Cola or a Pepsi right now, I would feel sick drinking it. But someone who drinks this stuff every day, their body is used to it. Their body is used to the self-abuse as far as I see it. And so these people tolerate it like it's not a poison, but to me it's a poison. And the same thing goes for wild edibles. The more that I eat a variety of wild edibles, I'm going to develop bacteria within my body, a microbiome that is more tolerant of eating more wild foods. And so something that someone who doesn't eat wild foods might feel is toxic or poisonous, to me, it could be totally fine because I have eaten a variety of wild plants and wild foods, and my body has developed the capacity to digest these and to not see them as a poison. In the end, there's the placebo and the nocebo effect. If we think something is good for us, we will create it with our mind that it's good for us. Like if I give you a pharmaceutical pill and you think the pharmaceutical pill is not a poison and it's medicine, then it will help you like a medicine. But if you're like me and you feel that the pharmaceutical pill is a poison created by a big industry that wants to kill us, then it won't do you well. And so everything is in our minds, really. And when someone eats something that we feel they shouldn't have eaten, and we actually want them to be fine, we shouldn't feed them these bad thoughts saying that they might get sick, their liver might fail, they might die, because this is feeding this nocebo effect that you did something bad, you should feel bad about it, and through that you are creating the negative effects psychologically.